Yep.
First question is, could you briefly introduce yourself and Kite AI?
Yes, definitely. Hi, thank you for having me now, and nice meeting everybody. My name is Chi. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Kite, and what Kite is building is essentially we call it the base layer for the future of agentic internet. Which think about the future, right? Like you have personal agents that are doing a lot of work for you to do grocery for you, book tickets, book flights, and everything for you. And then instead of going to any of those websites to shop for, like what you want to eat next week, or like how do you go to Singapore? We just talking about, like that flight. You don't need to go to any of those like website anymore. Your agent will do that for you. But in order for those agents to be able to really like do the search, do the discovery, and also like the payments and all the stuff for you, that's require a set of like infrastructure that's enable this process, like how the agent can trust each other, how the agent can trust the service, vice versa, how the service can trust this agent is a good agent, and how the agent then is able to like pay for the services that they're interested in, pay for that flight tickets and book that, again, like hotel for you. So all those stuff is gonna need the infrastructure that Kite built. And that is what we are excited about. My personal background comes from like the AI and big data industry before Kite. So I did my PhD from UC Berkeley, focused on machine learning and causal inference. And after that, I was a founding member of an automated machine learning platform company. And after that, I was leading product management at a company called Databricks for their data engineering solutions. And then Kite with my co-founder and the team, yeah.
So as you mentioned, the payment between agents, right? So
Yep.
I think agentic economy is really important
Yep.
in Kite AI. So the vision of an agentic economy reserves around micropayments
Yep.
between machines, right? AIs,
Yep.
right? So how do you expect the investment from PayPal ventures to align with this vision, and what specific limitations of the current financial infrastructure is Kite AI aiming to solve?
Yeah, very good question. And first of all, that now we talked about payments. You can probably connect the dots about why PayPal invested because they're one of the largest payment companies in the world. Actually, last year they processed over like 1.6 or 7 trillions of dollars on their payment network. So when it comes to the why, Kite makes them excited, and what the potential like connection and collaborations there is, one, we really think like the agents in the future are not only do the work for you to do like the day-to-day, like again, booking the tickets, booking the Uber and all the thing for you, but the agents will do a lot of like those very real-time and micro fractional like interactions and payment to like services that are not related to, for example, like to say the human related stuff. Maybe they will do a data API call, like for alternative. For example, like you do cryptocurrency trading, right? When you do the trading, you need to check in some of the real-time price of that token. And how the agent will do that work for you is they have to call that like a token price API in real time. And maybe that is where like they make that very micro payments. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, like a cent or like less than a cent. And with that, you cannot use credit card or some like a Web2 solutions right now because it's too expensive and too slow actually for use for that particular use case. And so that's is one. And then on top of that, when it comes to PayPal, you can think about that. They actually, since last year, they already like have very strong sort of like thesis about the future of commerce and payments are marching towards agentic commerce and agentic payment. So essentially, now we talked about PayPal has like that 1.67 trillions of transaction, like dollars, that's transactions every year for across their merchants and their users. So what if we allow that to also be automated, autonomously down by agent? And then the agent transaction need a settlement layer to settle those transactions. Actually, on-chain is the ideal way because again, like not only stablecoin is enable like those real-time, low-cost payment, but also how do you have like those auditable trial and the, like trust across like agents and like the merchants, for example. That is where all like those transactions happen on-chain will make this thing soft. So that is where like Kite is actually in the future we're serving as that settlement layer for agentic transactions.
So Yeah. So how can Kite AI's agentic economy compete with or even replace the traditional Web2 platform economy? And what are the key advantages of Kite AI's decentralized ecosystem compared to centralized one?
Yeah, very good question. First of all, we think that it's not necessarily like replacing everything. In the first place, it's probably going to be coexisting of some of the infrastructures from the old, like the existing world. But definitely something that we think need to be upgraded is like credit card or ACH account transfer, bank account transfer is not going to be suitable for agentic payment. So that's why we think like stablecoin-based solution is ideal. That's why blockchain is ideal, because stablecoin happen on blockchain. And also when it comes to how do you ensure, bring like the trust, build the trust between agent to another agent. Because if your agent is negotiating and do some business negotiation and collaborations with my agent, we want to make sure we trust each other, right? Just like today, we're facing each other in person. So that's just another thing that we think like on-chain having each of the agents have a wallet and treated as their own unique identifier that is able to verify and attest themselves to each other is going to be so crucial. And that is where we consider, like, again, blockchain-based solution is great. And how like decentralized, like blockchain is essentially already decentralized. But why we think this is in some way like better than Web2 solutions is this is a permissionless blockchain. This is very neutral. It's not controlled. It's a protocol that's not controlled by anybody. It's like a community collective work that people can join as a validator to provide security, provide staking, and all the stuff to the ecosystem. And then things happen. Those agentic transactions that's recorded on chain is actually then again like auditable and trustworthy. Yeah. So that is where we consider.
So for the agents, you need you need the chain, right? So you guys have Kite chain.
Yes.
So and I read some interesting one is proof of AI.
Yep.
So could you explain how Kite AI's proof of AI mechanism works in practice, and particularly how it measures contribution and verifies it through off-chain computation and on-chain validation?
Yep, that's a very good question. So there's two theses when it comes to proof of AI. One is we think like because we're focusing on like again being like those AI blockchain or like agentic blockchain. So what we think the important thing here is about the incentive mechanism. So the normal layer 1, layer 2 blockchain is about distributing those rewards to validators who provide staking and security to the chain, which we think is important, but it's not the only people we want to incentivize, where we want to distribute the rewards for. Because when it comes to AI, there's a lot of contributors in the process. You need like data, you need like a model, you need some other things. So how can you really make those like the real AI assets, where AI, like resource contributors that's being rewarded in the process is actually what drives us to think about this new consensus mechanism in the first place. So we want to reward those AI people, AI contributors as well. So that's one. And on top of that, why we think proof of AI matters is in the future of like the agentic internet, because it's all going to be run by agents rather than human, there's require a lot of like trust. How do you have like this chain of trust that's being added in the process is where we're building like proof of AI to really like verify or like, have a record and verify like who contributed what at when with what outcome. And that could be a data contributed to a model performance, or that could be like a MCP that contributed to agents that can now complete a specific domain task without, compared to before. So all of that's now enabled by the proof of AI mechanism, and that means in the future, which right now, honestly speaking, is not like fully developed yet, but in the future with that, we're really trying to make partially of the like transactions or like the treasury built up in this network to be distributed to those AI contributors through proof of AI mechanism. Yeah.
Then to build such a agentic model on the chain, so I think essentially you need the token for the rewards or everything incentivized.
Yes.
Right? So,
Yes.
So do you have plan for the maybe Kite token or something?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
what do you think of the utility of it?
Yeah, we definitely have the plan. So three utilities about this token. One is will be used as a platform token. So essentially, so if you think about like how PayPal, for example, are making money, is when users like you and me are making some payments to the merchants through the PayPal network. PayPal is not charging us, but they're charging the merchants who sell like shoes or like goods to us. They charge 3% of that fee. We think that is very high, to be honest, but we will also, take some small cut in the process. And that is partially like the platform token where like the fee will be paid as a Kite token. So that is the one utility token piece. And another is like that token will be also used as like a governance token to like govern some of the decisions and some of like the mechanism designs in the ecosystem. And on top of that, as we chatted about pure AI, we essentially think that the future rewards distribution to the key AI resource contributors will be so important, and we want to use like a Kite native token to be able to like incentivize and distribute those rewards to them. So there's like at least three functions of that token to be used.
And do you have roadmap for it?
Yes. So the first roadmap, the first key milestone in the roadmap is the launch of private mainnet, and with that launch, then we can actually allow the stablecoins. We are stablecoin agnostic, but stablecoins like USDC, USDT, PYUSD to be able to run really on Kite and now enable this, we call it like agentic shopping or agentic like cryptocurrency trading type of use cases on Kite. And then, of course, like the the TGE itself to have like the token now available to be used is going to be part of like the near-term milestones in the roadmap. And then on top of that, of course, there's tons of like we think the technical features need to be added on top of the basic, but minimum required blockchain features that's needed for us. And also one more thing I want to add is on top of the blockchain, we actually have two more layers on top. One is like Kite AI platform, which is essentially the abstraction of the blockchain itself, because Web2 AI builders, for example, are very unfamiliar with blockchain. They don't know how to use the blockchain formats, some of the jargons and other things. So we have to abstract a lot of like the blockchain related smart contract template, for example, as like the format the Web2 AI people are familiar with, and can be integrate those things easily into their solutions. And on top of that, there's like an app store or like a marketplace where we want to build a collective, like a network of like a lot of agents and also like a lot of agentic services, like the shop stores, merchants, or like data providers, or like model providers that can collaboratively work with each other. So tons of things to work on in the future.
Yeah. Tons of things to do.
Yeah.
And you mentioned some just part of it, but I think this traditional Web2 internet is not proper for AI agents, right?
Yep.
So to solve that, you building like Kite AIR and Kite Pass, right?
Yep.
Can you explain about these products?
Yeah. So actually, Kite Pass is essentially part of the Kite Air. So Air stands for the agent identity resolution. And that's include like two things. One is like the Kite Pass, and one is the Kite App Store, which we cover the App Store a bit. But Kite app is essentially, we call it like the agent passport. So agents is in the future are going to be like human, right? Like they operate on behalf of you. So essentially, when you are doing business in this society, you need your own identity to be able to open a bank account or like open a credit card and do business with others. So and also like when you are opening your credit card, based on your credit score history, the credit card company will give you like a credit line, say that you cannot spend over like $5,000 per day or something. So that is all we call like sort of like an agent passport, like a human passport. You have your own ID, and you have like the visa stamp that allow you to go into some places or like some governance about what you can be, where you can go and what you can do. So that is the Kite Pass is built for, like the agent native passport or agent native identity plus governance. Yeah.
So it's kind of rights for the agents, Kite Pass.
Yeah, it's dedicated. It's actually particularly built for the agents themselves.
It's interesting. I never heard of agents passport.
Yeah, you will run into those problems soon. Like, because when you ask your agents to, if you shop for like a Starbucks, it's cheap, it's okay. But if you ask your agent to book like a honeymoon trip for you, that's a lot of money. Then how do you like really trust the agent to be able to do that? You probably need to have like some, like not only like the native payment solutions there, but also you need like the governance to make sure the agents not overspend all the money you have in your wallet, for example. And on top of that, the agents, like in Web2 right now, one of the problem about the, like the internet is those websites are usually governed by like the bot management platforms to allow them not to be attacked by malicious bots. Because a lot of times you will get tons of like DoD like attack from like those malicious actors. So the agents need their own like identity or passport to prove that, hey, I'm a good person, I'm a good agent. So please allow me to actually now access, let's say, Korean Air to purchase the tickets for my like host, for my owner or like that human. So all of that's required, like the infrastructure is what we are building to enable that. Yeah.
If there is now agents and it does something wrong,
Yep.
bad
Yep.
things. So am I the one who got arrested?
That's a very good question. Actually, that's a very big topic right now, discussion in Silicon Valley about who is responsible if the agents do something wrong. And there's, no, we think we want to do something to prevent the situation you mentioned, right? Like because the agents can have hallucination. It could happen because the model itself went wrong. It could happen because, usually it's the model went wrong. So then, like, if you have some control of the agents in the first place, then a lot of times the agents will not do that bad things like already because you have like the guardrail add on top of that. And on top of that, actually a few companies in both Web2 and Web3 are exploring some scenarios or some services that called agents insurance. It's like if the agents do something wrong, you may need to pay for like that damage the agent did. Then you need an insurance like protection. So some early founding members from Anthropic, which is basically like another very big foundation model company, the biggest competitors of OpenAI, are one of their early members come out and build a company that is solve for that problems right now. So it's very interesting. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
And you are now in Seoul, so what makes Kite AI an appealing opportunity for Korean investors in particular?
Yep, very good question. First of all, I think the future is coming. The future of the agentic internet is really coming sooner than a lot of people are imagining. So I think as a fundamental infrastructure that's are solving for the trust and the payments and a few other stuff that those agent transaction or agent internet need in the future, we think we felt like this is once in a lifetime opportunity for even like a Kite team to build for that. And of course, that is where we think also it could make it a once in a lifetime opportunity for investors to join the journey and build for that future together with us. Also, I think what also makes us different or unique, I think, is look at where our background and our investors and all those things that we are here trying to build a long-term project that is built for the real-world use cases, that's for the mainstream use cases. We're here to really make blockchain technology a mainstream technology that can be adopted and used for the future, one of the most popular and frequent use cases across every single industries, rather than just stay in the Web3 industry. Because I think blockchain is such a great technology. They deserve something bigger. They deserve to solve something like more like a real world and like mainstream. So that is what we're built for. Yeah.
And so grab the future and grab the opportunity with Kite AI.
Yes.
That's the point. Okay.
Yes.
That was really good.
Thank you so much.
So this year is only one quarter left, right? So could you share Kite AI's roadmap or major milestones for the rest of the year
Yeah.
from the closest one?
Yeah. So, like we briefly touched it before, the next big milestone of Kite is launch the private mainnet. Yes. So that is what getting close already, and we're gonna have some very big announcements soon. And then some of the very exciting integration with some of the biggest companies in Web2 and also like Web3 are coming out soon as well. So expecting some of the for example, like the agentic shopping use case, we're working with definitely some of the very big names in the space to bring it to production ready solution. So that's what will be coming, and of course, the potential token launch as part of the roadmap in near to midterm is another thing that we are actively preparing for. But we want to make sure it's a good launch, and the technology, not only the technology, but the ecosystem building and like the maturity of the network and everything are all like in the good stage to be able to support that token launch in the future. Yeah.
Lastly, do you have anything you want to talk to Korean investors or Korean users?
Yes, definitely. So two things. One is please join. For example, welcome to our testnet V2 Ozone. Right now, it's been up live for almost 2 months. That is where we Kite the gateway to the future of agentic internet, where you can interact with a lot of the agents that's being built and integrated by our partners and in the ecosystem across multiple industries and use cases, from trading use case, or the GameFi use case, and so on and so forth. So please join the testnet and experience that. And on top of that, we have also a dedicated Telegram group for Korean community. And in that group, we are always giving the community up-to-date information and the progress of the product and ecosystem building and everything. And we're gonna also start some of the Korean specific campaigns very soon. So please stay tuned about that. And also, one more thing is we're gonna host a lot more meetups and events in Korea, even after KBW very soon. So yeah, please come to meet us in person after that. Yeah.
Just one more thing from my side.
Yeah.
So can you briefly share with us about your performance of testnet?
Yeah, definitely. So we are, again, felt tremendously supported and fortunate about the metrics itself. So right now, I think we have 1.6 billion agents inference costs. That's regarding the payments and all this stuff. So we are very excited. And in terms of the number of wallets in our testnet, I think right now it's about 20 million wallets that's already ready in the internet.
Only for 2 months?
Well, I think that's just the two testnets adding together. So it's probably already been 5 months. Because the testnet V1 has been there for 3 months. But since testnet V2, we upgraded a lot compared to V1. We added a bridge, staking, and all those different type of features allow the community to experience. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to the future of the agents, the Kite AI is building right now.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, please be one of them. join the testnet and join the
Okay,
TG group.
Thank you for the time today.
Yeah.
That was a really brilliant interview.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Yeah.